is there any way that I can be protected as far as the threats and harassments in regards to the child support?
I will never threaten, but I will pursue all judicial remedies available to my client.
And Kate, absolutely. Gabriel, please unmute and turn your cameras. And counsel. Okay, Mr. Deutschman, you represent Mr. Morgan, correct?
Morgan. Yes, sir.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let me swear y'all in. Do y'all swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Tatum, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. It appears that we have a full agreement, so the state is requesting to read into the record what has been agreed to by the parties. It appears that there has been no request for a non-disclosure. We're here in reference to one child. The state has used the reported income of the non-custodial parent for the calculation of support, with net resources at or about $8,175.30. Based off of that amount, the state is requesting that child support be set at $1,675 to begin on August 1st, 2025. There is a confirmation of the child support arrears in the amount of $800 as of June 30th, 2025, to be paid at $55 per month beginning on August 1st, 2025. The non-custodial parent is currently covering the child for the insurance, and the parties agree for the father to continue to cover the insurance through his employer. I believe that is the extent of the agreement. So at this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the mother here in this matter.
Next question, real quick. Is that 55 on top of the 1635? Or is that
Sam, I'll explain it to you. I'll explain it to you.
So at this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the mother here in this matter. Kate, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Kate Algabra.
And ma'am, did you hear what I previously read into the record as it relates to this case?
Yes, I heard.
And are you in agreement with those terms that were provided to the court?
If that was set with the state, then yes, I do agree.
And are you requesting that the court accept these agreements and make them the order of the court today?
Yes, please.
And do you find these agreements to be in your child's best interest?
Yes, please.
Nothing further from this party, Your Honor. We pass this witness.
Mr. Deutschman, any questions? Go ahead.
I believe in this forum, it's appropriate, Your Honor. We have motions pending in the 302 that are more relevant to other matters that the OG would not be involved in. I don't want to cumber up this hearing with unnecessary testimony.
Okay, well, I'm just asking, related to the issues we're here for just today, not other issues. Do you have any questions of her?
I don't.
Okay. All right, Mr. Tatum, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan, can I get you to state your name for the record?
This opening is where the system's mask slips. They read the numbers into the record like it's just math. $8,175 a month, $1,675 in child support, $800 arrears, cold, robotic, math is math. But here's the problem. Fathers aren't math. They're men with lives, jobs, risks, commissions, and bills of their own. And the second a man's income looks good, the state salivates. Did you notice? She barely had to say a word. All she had to do was nod and agree. Yes, I find it in the child's best interest. Of course she does. Why wouldn't she when the money flows her way? But the father? He has to answer for every cent, every commission, every fluctuation in income. The court doesn't see him as a provider. It sees him as a calculator. And here's the sting. Men like this aren't deadbeats. They're the ones covering insurance, protecting their kids, holding the line on medical expenses. But instead of credit, they get penalized. His commissions aren't a bonus for hard work. They're a trap. Make more, pay more. Have a bad month? Too bad. The state already locked in a number. What's worse is the silence around fairness. She contributes nothing but her agreement, and the court praises her cooperation. He asks a single question about unpaid medical bills, and suddenly he's frustrated and redirected to another courtroom. Do you see the imbalance? One side is rewarded for silence, the other punished for speaking up. This is why fathers walk into court feeling hopeless, not because they don't love their kids, but because the system loves their paycheck more than their presence. And today, that imbalance is on full display.
Samuel Morgan.
And Mr. Morgan, did you hear what I previously read into the record that was agreed to by the parties?
Sure.
And sir, are you still currently in agreement with those terms provided to the court?
Sure.
And are you requesting that the court accepts those agreements and make them the order of the court?
Yeah, but again, so since we're like modifying the document, right? Can I present unpaid medical bills that I can get reimbursed for? Because I believe it says she has to pay for 50%.
Nothing further from this party, Your Honor. We'll pass this witness to the attorney.
Mr. Deutschman, any questions regarding these issues?
I do. Just a couple to clear up my client's question, Your Honor, if you'll indulge me.
Yes, of course.
Sam, you have a pending motion for contempt against Kate in the 302, correct?
Yeah.
You also have a motion for modification for custodial rights, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. The questions that you have about unpaid medical are in a better forum in that court than here, because the Attorney General's office really isn't involved in collecting unpaid medical. So do you understand that?
Yeah, they just okay.
I understand you're frustrated, but we have an opportunity to have a full-blown trial on that matter.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with that explanation?
Sure.
All right. You agree with the math based on 20% of what the Attorney General got from your employer, correct?
Sure.
That math included a fluctuating amount of commissions, correct?
Yes.
And based on your base salary, your support would be significantly less, correct?
Yes.
You work in the mortgage industry.
The tech industry for mortgages.
You're a software. You sell software to the mortgage industry, correct?
Yes.
And your base salary is not a contractual agreement, correct?
No.
Okay, it could disappear tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, and your commissions, if you make them, are based upon your sales, correct?
That's right.
Above your base.
That's right.
And those aren't guaranteed either, are they?
Now the father starts pushing back, and immediately watch how the tone changes. He raises a simple, valid point: unpaid medical bills. The mother is supposed to cover half. That's the deal. But instead of the court stepping in to enforce fairness, his concerns get punted to another courtroom. Translation: your money matters here, your justice doesn't. And then the lawyer drills him with a cross-exam that strips away every ounce of humanity. Your commissions aren't guaranteed, your job could disappear, but today, right now, you owe $1,675. That's the double bind fathers live under. Unstable income doesn't matter. Volatile industry doesn't matter. The system doesn't care if tomorrow he's unemployed. Today, they'll bleed him dry. Notice how they frame his job. He works in the tech side of mortgages, a high-pressure, commission-based world. The lawyer knows those commissions can spike and crash, yet instead of acknowledging that instability, they weaponize it. Because you could earn more, we'll treat you like you already did. That's not justice, that's legalized extortion. Meanwhile, she sits silent. She doesn't have to defend her expenses, doesn't have to justify where the money goes. Every obligation is his, every benefit is hers. The courtroom's imbalance is glaring. He's interrogated like a suspect, she's validated like a saint. And still, the father holds composure. He says, sure, yeah, that's fine. Not because he agrees, but because he knows resistance is futile in that moment. Fathers, remember this. Sometimes the only way through is to endure, document, and keep fighting in the right forum. That's what strength looks like when the system wants you broken.
Nope.
All right. So today, the math says you owe $1,675. And many of these questions will be addressed in a different forum before a different court. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And you also understand that we're going to get a printout of the total amount of payments that you've made since the entry of the order in November of 2021 currently, and try to figure out where there's an arrearage, if in fact it's your employer's problem, they owe you some money back, or if it's an employer's problem and they didn't withhold enough and paid you, then this is a valid amount. Will you agree to that premise as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because math is math, and we have the ability to get those numbers. You'll continue doing what you've always done in making sure that your daughter is totally protected for both health insurance, dental insurance, and eye insurance, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the other matters we'll take up in a different form. Okay, so as of today, you agree that the math shows 1675. However, fundamentally, you disagree with the calculations of the amounts that the OAG got from your employer. Would that be a fair statement?
Yeah.
Okay. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Our state rest.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Deutschman, do you rest?
I rest, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Agabri, I'm about to finish up. What do you have your hand up for?
Yes, Your Honor, this is a recorded courtroom, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I have brought this case many times since the material change, and we're supposed to have a review of the third modification on November 2024 with the AOG itself, not with the state of Texas Judicial Court. But him and his lawyer had not cooperate with the officer at that time. That's why it was brought up to the state. Now, as far as
Ma'am, I don't want to get into a long thing here.
okay, I just
agreed
wanted
what
to
you agreed what we did today, right?
correct, but I just do want to
Well, then
ask
we
for a
don't need
quick.
to- Then what do we need to
quick question.
discuss?
Yes, is there any way that I can be protected as far as the threats and harassments in regards to the child support case?
He's not supposed to threaten you or harass you. That's what's supposed to happen.
Here comes the tactic we've seen 1,000 times, flip the script and cry harassment. The mother suddenly claims she feels threatened. Threatened? By what? His questions about money? His persistence in holding her accountable? This is the weaponization of fear. The moment financial scrutiny turns toward her, she shields herself with accusations of danger. And the court indulges it, just enough to plant the doubt. They don't ask for proof, they don't demand evidence. The mere suggestion of harassment sticks like glue to a father's reputation. And here's the tragedy, he didn't threaten her, he demanded accountability. But in family court, a man raising his voice is dangerous, while a woman's accusation is credible. Did you hear his lawyer's response? If she perceives judicial remedies as a threat, so be it. That's powerful. That's what real defense looks like, calling out the absurdity of turning due process into intimidation. And yet, the damage is done. Once the word threat enters the room, fathers are guilty until proven innocent. This is the emotional warfare men face, not just financial obligations stacked against them, but character assassinations designed to silence them. And make no mistake, silence is the goal. If she can brand him as harassing, she doesn't have to answer for unpaid bills, hidden expenses, or lies. She wins by discrediting him, not by proving her case. Fathers, let this burn. You will be accused the moment you hold someone accountable. Not because you're wrong, but because the system gives your accuser more power by default. The only shield you have is preparation, evidence, and a lawyer willing to bite back. Otherwise, threat becomes your permanent label.
So I don't know. That's not really an issue that was raised to me.
Well, Your Honor, as an officer of the court, I assure you that I will never threaten, but I will pursue all judicial remedies available to my client.
Absolutely.
Through the judicial system. And if the young lady perceives that as a threat, well, then so be it. But that is what the court allows me to do, and that's what we're pursuing. So
I don't
I,
know
I
what she
think
do.
I think we're done.
Okay, I didn't know that she was accusing you, counsel. I thought she was accusing Mr. Morgan of doing
She's
something.
accused both of us before.
Well,
Okay.
I think she views us as a equal co-conspirator, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Well, you may know more than I do.
You
Okay.
probably you're right. I do.
Okay. All right. So, just so we know, we understand, Mr. Morgan, all salary, all commissions, all bonuses, all tips, everything that you can use and spend money on is included as income. So the argument that my commissions, which can vary from year to year, should not be included as a calculation of support are wrong. Those should be included. Obviously, we try to average it out. The longer we have, if you've been in the same company for a long period, then hopefully we hope that they'll be somewhat consistent, somewhat. We understand one year might be really good and some year might be really bad, but we try to average it out. But understand that commissions are included as income when calculating support. So, I mean, we cannot take it. We don't know, of course, if there's a complete change in the industry that where nobody gets any commissions. I mean, it's kind of difficult to kind of predict those things. We can't predict the
Yeah,
future,
when it's
just like you can't predict the
33% of
future.
your salary.
Please don't talk when I'm talking. And so those have to be included. We have to base it on history. Now, if the history is you're not getting any commissions, then that would be the numbers that we're going to use. If you are getting it, then we're going to expect. I mean, the way the law is kind of set up is we're hoping that people earn more money over the years, not less money. Of course, that's not always the truth. Obviously, if you change jobs or the industry has a collapse like it's had before, then those can be changed. But optimistically, the law is basically saying that you should at least probably be making at or about what you're making now, and maybe it should increase over time. Supposedly, incomes are supposed to change, and the increase is what everybody says, but isn't always the case, of course. But as I said, the commissions, bonuses, and tips are included in your income. So I don't know why we're really arguing about that, but that's what it is. That's what Texas law is. We have to follow Texas law. So support is $1,675.
Now the judge lays it down. Commissions, bonuses, tips, all of it counts as income. Doesn't matter that commissions fluctuate. Doesn't matter that one good year can be followed by 3 bad ones. The law assumes growth, assumes stability, assumes men can endlessly produce. And if you can't, too bad, you still owe. Think about that logic. If a man busts his back and has a stellar sales year, the system locks him into that peak. If the industry tanks tomorrow, if layoffs hit, if commissions vanish, he's trapped paying child support at a number he can't reach anymore. That's not support, that's a financial death sentence. And here's the irony, they openly admit it. We hope incomes increase over time, supposedly. That's not justice, that's gambling with men's futures, betting on their labor while refusing to account for risk. If a woman loses her job, she's imputed at 0. If a man loses his commissions, he's still chained to yesterday's numbers. That's bias codified into law. But watch how he handles it. No outburst, no meltdown, just quiet endurance. That's strength, because fathers know that rage only feeds the stereotype. He lets the system expose itself. He lets the words math is math ring hollow in a world where math only cuts one way. This isn't about refusing responsibility, it's about demanding fairness. And fairness means child support based on reality, not fantasy. Fathers are not ATMs, they are parents, providers, protectors. And when the system ignores volatility, it doesn't just punish men, it destabilizes families. Because no child benefits from watching their father drown in impossible numbers.
You have a small arrears, you can pay it all off. It may just depend upon when they took it out. Sometimes people see some arrears, depending on how they get paid. If they get paid bi-weekly, usually that's the problem because there are 26 pay periods in a year for someone that gets paid bi-weekly versus somebody that gets paid 24 pay periods, like twice a month or once a month. So usually, depending on a couple times of the year, it may look like you're behind. It might just be because, and then sometimes it may show that you're ahead. But it just kind of depends on what day we're really looking at your arrears. I don't know if that's the problem. I'm just guessing. But that's possible that may be why there's some arrears there. Once you pay off that arrears, you don't have to continue to pay the $55 a month. That's just to pay that balance off and be done with that part. Any other issues I haven't resolved today, I'm not changing. Those are going to be in full force and effect. And so if you have some other legal issues, then those are not ones that I'm handling today. Mr. Morgan is going to carry health insurance and dental insurance and court costs billed to him. All right, the Attorney General's office will draft an order. Mr. Tatum, do you have Mr. Deutschman's email address?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, he'll be submitting you a proposed order, and then once I get your signature on it, then I can sign off on the order and they can get y'all copies back. All right, y'all are done with court and are excused. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What we just witnessed is the perfect storm of family court injustice. A father dragged in, dissected, and defined by his paycheck. A mother shielded by accusations of harassment. The second money gets tight. A system that preaches math is math, while ignoring the human cost of treating men like walking dollar signs. This wasn't justice, it was theater. The mother nods, the state smiles, the judge calculates, and the father shoulders the burden. His insurance, his bills, his fluctuating income, all invisible. Her silence is rewarded, his persistence is punished, and when she ran out of arguments, she pulled the oldest card in the book, I feel threatened. Fathers, if this feels familiar, it's because the system is designed to make it familiar. You are not an exception, you are the target. Every commission, every bonus, every paycheck you fight to earn is a weapon waiting to be used against you, and the moment you demand fairness, they'll brand you aggressive, dangerous, or harassing. That's why Law and Raw exists. To shine a light on these moments, to strip away the polite language, and to call it what it is, bias, imbalance, and exploitation. But here's the hope. Fathers are watching, fathers are learning, and fathers are fighting back. Now it's your turn. If you've been in this man's shoes, drop your story in the comments. If you've been silenced, erased, or punished for working too hard or not hard enough, speak up. And if you believe fathers deserve more than to be reduced to numbers, hit that subscribe button, share this video, join the movement. Because until fathers rise together, the system will keep crushing them alone. One case at a time, one courtroom at a time, we are exposing the truth, and we won't stop